looky here. To be honest, I mean, I'm okay with this merge. I really am. With UFC and Strikeforce for HMMA or whatever the hell they're calling it. But the thing is, I'm one concern. I mean, it's not that big one. I mean, if I go to Strikeforce and lose the UFC belt, I have the Pride and WEC belts right here. Which, I mean, I won the belt fair and square, so I mean, of course, I don't know if it's since a new place they would have to vacate it. But if they do, I have a better idea. Before they do. See, as still the reigning UFC heavyweight champion, I have an idea that could probably, not only has never been done, but could change the foundation of this organization as we know it before it even begins. Now, seeing that before I went to the UFC and won the WEC heavyweight title, and now hold the Pride heavyweight title, which I had to go all the way to Japan and fight the best over there. But seeing that I have the top 3 organizations' biggest belts so far, why not add another one? Or better yet, unify all 4. The WEC, the UFC, the Pride, and the Strikeforce heavyweight championships. And I don't really care who I face for that. Because seeing that it would be for the UFC, the WEC, this has never been done. Ever. In the history of history. Has never been done. And the way this would go is pretty simple. So this is for 4 major titles. We can't obviously multiply the 5-round championship rule to 20 rounds because that'd be so fucking long. But we could cut it in half. 10 rounds to unify the WEC, Pride, UFC, and Strikeforce heavyweight titles. Now, again, I don't really care who I would face. Because, to be honest, since it would go 10 rounds, it could go either way. I could probably lose, or he could probably lose. Heck, we could probably see a first-round KO, which would be weird. But anything could happen in this sport. Now, seeing that, I mean, this would be this big of a championship match. We could, I mean, not only can we see anything happen, but we'll make it interesting. The winner of that championship match would then have to appear on both Strikeforce and the UFC. Which I would, in a way, would find a little loophole in what they said that you can't join both. Because the winner would have to appear on both shows if needed a title defense. And honestly, there's only one man in the world that can do it. And that's yours truly. Now, if I somehow get beat, they would have to do it. And I'd have to start on the bottom of the ladder once again. And for them to decide if they want to do this or not, that's their opinion. But, I mean, come on. I am holding 3 of the most recognized heavyweight titles in all of MMA. I am like 6-3, if I remember correctly. And that really, over a few years, and I've only had like, what? 5 fights since my return in a year. And I have held more titles in MMA than I have ever held in my life so far. And hell, some people were saying I was the fucking Randy Couture of MMA. Which was kind of funny. But then again, that's their opinion. I can't bash it. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I could, but I don't really care because I actually think it's funny and it's kind of true. So, the management can decide what they want. I've already made my decision. If I go to Strikeforce, we can do this idea. If I go to UFC, they can come over to me and do this idea. But if they're really man enough, 10 rounds for all 4 belts. Time will tell.